Cuban pitchers that have actually pitched in the World Series. You see Orlando Hernandez this year, his brother Levon last year for the Florida Marlins, and he was the MVP of the World Series last year. Mike Cuellar, great left-handed pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles in 1969 and 71. Marcelino Lopez back in 1970 for the Orioles. Dolph Luque with Cincinnati in 1919, and with the New York Giants in 1930. Camilo Pascual, a great curveball pitcher with the Minnesota Twins at 65. Diego Segui had a great fork ball with Boston in 75. And El Tiante, Louis Tiant, with the Boston Red Sox in 1975. Let's go back to last Saturday. Game 4 in Cleveland. El Duque, with the Yankees trailing 2-1 in the series against the Cleveland Indians, came up big. 7 shutout innings. The Yankees went on to win the ball game by a score of 4-0, even the series, and they won 2 more and then went on to the World Series. So El Duque had a big part in the Yankees being here, and he wants to have a big part in the Yankees closing the deal and winning the World Championship.
He has now won 4 consecutive starts, going back to the final 3 of the regular season, and then the victory in his first postseason appearance. He was going to start in the division series, but he was going to be the 4th starter, and they never got that far as the Yankees wrapped that one up in 3 games. So he had to wait until that opportunity came in the Cleveland series. And tonight, Yankee fans will have a chance to take a look at this guy who was really thrilled to this city. Hasn't thrilled the opposition. That's how good he's been, though. But here in New York has become another one of the Yankee legends already, with the performance that he's put up this season, and has a chance to add to that here tonight. Umpires have gathered around home plate. The lineup cards have been exchanged by the managers. We're about set to go here with game 2. There'll be a light breeze blowing out from right to left field tonight. May help the right-handed hitters a bit if they can get the ball up into the air, but that could change. Otherwise, it's a perfect night for pitching. You wonder whether or not, if Joe Torre had known the weather was going to be this good, he would have started David Cone here instead of waiting for what he thought would be warmer weather in San Diego.
Yeah, well, it got near 80 degrees here in New York today, which is something unusual for this part of the year, middle of October. And he's expecting temperatures in the 50s, but instead, you'll see some of the players tonight in short sleeves here at Yankee Stadium during the World Series. You think of all the Yankees in the World Series, you think of all their long sleeve jerseys. Not tonight.
Yankees take the field. Orlando Hernandez. El Duque makes the start for the Yankees, and for Bruce Bochy, a couple of changes in his lineup from game 1. From the Dominican Republic, Gilby Olveras leads it off. Tony Gwynn bats second. Greg Vaughn will be the designated hitter rather than playing in left field. He's got a physical problem. Ken Caminiti at third base. Wally Joyner will be at first. Steve Finley in center. John Vanderwall, who did not start in game 1, will start in left field. Greg Myers, who did not start in game 1, will start behind the plate. And Chris Gomez will be back at shortstop.
Here's a look at Orlando Hernandez, who was called up to the major leagues. He was pitching in the Yankees minor league system on June the 3rd. Only 4 American League pitchers won more games since he was called up. He won 12, lost 4. Roger Clemens, David Cone, Rick Helling, and Pedro Martinez. 3 of those guys were 20-game winners, and Pedro Martinez won 19 games. So it shows you that during the course of a full season, Orlando Hernandez might have been a 20-game winner for the Yankees.
Kenny, a point worth making right there. He did not have a full season. He only started 24 games, whereas most major league starters start 35. That's a big advantage. His arm is a lot more ready to go at this point of the year than other starters.
Yeah, he really wasn't tested at the minor league level. He was just getting himself ready for the major leagues. Lineup changes for the San Diego Padres. You see game 1. The first 3 are the same. In fact, the first 4 are the same. Get down to the DH spot. Jim Leyritz is out of there against the right-hander. Wally Joyner moves up. Joyner was batting 6th in game 1. You see that Vanderwall and Myers have joined the lineup. Bruce Bochy has 7 left-handed hitters in the lineup against El Duque tonight.
There is Jimmy Leyritz and Vaughn, a couple of the power hitters that they have on this club. Vaughn has got a torn quad muscle. they've known it for a while. He's just going to finish out the World Series with it and then take care of it when the season's over. But it bothered him enough trying to play in the field last night, even though he hit 2 home runs, that they did not dare start him for fear of injuring it to the point of where he couldn't play.
Yeah, what are they going to do on Tuesday? Because he will have to play the field if he wants to play. There is no designated hitter in the National League Park, and he won't be able to play as a DH in San Diego. Let's check out the defense for the New York Yankees behind Orlando Hernandez. Is Joe Torre. Sends a team out there trying to win game 2 of this series. In the infield, it's Brocious, Jeter, Knobloch, and Martinez. Leday, Williams, and O'Neill in the outfield. Posada doing the catching. In fact, it's the same starting lineup for the Yankees that they had in game 1. Going to look at Ricky Leday. We mentioned his defensive ability out in left field. In Yankee Stadium, such an expanse in left center field and left field. You have to have a left fielder who has center fielder type speed, able to cover a lot of ground. You can see the expanse in left center, not quite the same in right, where it's a little bit shorter down the lines and in the gap.
Ready to go. Kilvio Veras, the switch hitter, stands in, second baseman of the Padres, and takes a strike. Veras is a switch hitter during the regular season. He hit .279 off left-handers and .262 off right-handers, a .209 postseason average. El Duque with a breaking ball and a good off-speed curve. And this is what already you see what we were talking about early. Kilvio Veras has never seen El Duque pitch, so he's got to look at these pitches at least in one at bat just to get an idea of what he's throwing.
Now he has to listen to the fans who are on their feet because he has 2 strikes.
And a timeout taken. One of the things Bruce Bochy was saying to Ken and I before the game and watching the tapes, they said, we've seen El Duque on tape and he takes a lot of time pitching. So some of the San Diego hitters may try and get him off his stride and try and slow him down even more by stepping out, as Kilvio Veras is doing.
Yeah, when he's ready to pitch, you step out. That's a hitter's trick to throw the pitcher off of their rhythm.
2-strike count. Struck out 131 in 141 innings during the regular season. Veras takes it and he's gone. Breaking ball.
Well, not only does El Duque have one curveball, he has a couple of them. He uses a sweeping curveball to right-handed hitters, and he uses one that breaks almost straight down. Watch the glove of Posada. His ball drops right into it, over the corner for call strike 3. He threw 2 good fastballs and 2 good curveballs in this at-bat to Veras. It looks like right away he has pretty good control.
Mark Hirschbeck of the National League working behind the plate tonight. Here's Tony Gwynn. Gwynn lines one to left field. Another base hit. And Mr. Hitter now has picked up 4 hits and 5 at-bats in these 2 World Series games. He just takes the pitch the other way.
Yeah, this is Tony Gwynn's 7th career World Series game. He has hits in 6 of them. So even when he faces the top pitching, he continues to hit. Tony told me a couple of years ago, when he gets a pitch on the inner half of the plate, he'll pull it. In the middle, he can do anything he wants with it. That pitch was kind of in the middle. He fought it off and hit it the other way. When the pitch is on the outer third of the plate, he looks to hit it to the opposite field. A great hitter.
4 hits, 2 to left, 2 to right, including a home run. Now Vaughn, 2 home runs in the ball game last night, and the sweeping slider is outside for a ball.
Yeah, you'll see a different breaking ball to a right-handed hitter. You'll see one that has more of a flat break to it, but it breaks sharply away from the right-handed hitters.
Vaughn drilled a couple in last night's game. They need that power in the lineup, so he's the designated hitter. Does not catch up to the fastball. 1-1.
He saw the breaking ball low and away, the fastball up and in, and that's what I mean by being sneaky fast. Plus the fact that right-handed hitters only hit 162 against El Duque this year. Really tough on the right-handers.
Left-handers at 271. He gave up a total of 11 home runs. 1-1 delivered to Vaughn. Another fastball, and again he doesn't get it. 1-2.
Well, right now he has him set up for that sweeping breaking ball or slider down and away. Watch him drop down and deliver what seems to be a rising fastball.
You can see Vaughn talking to himself. There are the numbers against left and right-handers. 1 ball, 2-strike, runner at first base, Gwynn. Vaughn, breaking ball. He was fooled, but it wasn't there. You saw him locked. Started to stride, had to stop.
Now this one didn't miss by much, Gary, and I think you saw the look on Joe Torre. He wants this one called a strike. That's a little low.
Mighty close.
Yeah.
2-2 the count. Vaughn thinks about it. Sweeping pitch away. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Vaughn has 3 postseason home runs. He's having a fine postseason with a 2 for 4 in the opener of the World Series, including, of course, the home run. Ken Caminiti, the cleanup batter, waiting on deck. Padres would love to jump out early here to get something started in this game. Gwynn at first. 3-2, foul back. We'll do it again.
It's interesting to note that Bruce Bochy did not have Tony Gwynn going, although with Tony's experience, maybe he didn't feel he could get a jump on that pitch. Padres may be trying to stay out of double play if they send a runner, but Tony Gwynn has had Achilles problems, and Greg Vaughn is a strikeout type hitter. So you get a strike him out, throw him out, double play in a hurry if Vaughn should swing and miss.
Again, the 3-2 delivery. Greg Vaughn hit into 9 ground ball double plays, and it's up high, and he walked him. It's a pretty good at bat by Vaughn, who was struggling to figure out what El Duque was doing, but he held up on those out of the zone, and there are 2 on for the Padres. Hirschbeck with the plate of the National League. Dale Scott, Dana DeMuth, Tim Cheetah, Jerry Crawford, and Rich Garcia, the 6-man umpiring crew for the postseason.
Here's the at bat to Greg Vaughn. That sweeping breaking ball outside. Fastball couldn't catch up to the high and inside. Another one, 1-2 jumps ahead. Then starts to nibble. Just missed with a pitch I think he really wanted. Then the count goes full. There's a pitch foul back. Then the high fastball. Vaughn lays off, and it's ball 4.
Now the Padres got 2 on in last night's game in the first inning and failed to score. Gilby O'Veras and Tony Gwynn reached on a walk and a single. Vaughn was unable to produce, and Caminiti ended up striking out. Here's Ken Caminiti again with a chance.
Now we get into a string of 5 consecutive left-handed hitters to face Orlando Hernandez.
So he'll be tested early here by the Padres. 2 on, 1 down. They'll be looking for that ground ball double play to get out of the inning. Caminiti, the slow chopper, foul. Caught a piece of him in the batter's box, and a 2-strike count.
Caminiti, of course, batting from the left side against the right-hander Orlando Hernandez. Last night we saw him hit left-handed, or I should say right-handed, against David Wells.
230 hitter for Caminiti off left-handers, and 265 off right-handers.
Here's a look at that last pitch. It was a sinking fastball away, and that's why he chopped it foul in the home plate area.
Caminiti had 29 home runs, 20 of them hit off right-handed pitchers. 0-2 delivery. Caminiti's gone. Nasty breaking ball down and in, and again Caminiti, big RBI man for them, unable to come through for the 2nd consecutive night.
Well, this is what I mean by being sneaky fast. The target is set inside, and it's a good, powerful fastball. This is the pitch that El Duque learned to throw as the season went on and became more and more effective against left-handed hitters. All that stuff away, then all of a sudden he busts them inside and picks up the strikeout.
So that will leave it up to Wally Joyner. Try and get a run in here. Tony Gwynn at second base, not a fast runner, bear in mind, on a base hit. It could be a play at the plate for Joyner. 1-0 count, 2 down.
Wally Joyner, more of a contact hitter, will spray the ball a little bit more than Ken Caminiti. He is a little bit, well, I should say a lot more difficult to strike out.
He hit .412 with runners in scoring position, second best in all of baseball. And he hits that one to right field. O'Neill back, warning track has room, makes a great catch. Paul O'Neill. And the Yankees, who have done it with the bats, can also do it with a glove. And the Padres got to be wondering, what do we got to do? He robbed him of a home run. El Duque gets some help. Major League Baseball International's presentation of the 1998 World Series is brought to you by MasterCard. Gary Thorne, Ken Singleton, Julie Croteau, and our crew at Yankee Stadium. The plays that live in baseball history are those that are made in the spotlight of big games. Wally Joyner will not forget, and neither will the baseball world, on that play by Paul O'Neill.
Well, it kept the Yankees out of an early jam. Paul O'Neill will be coming up to hit third in this inning. You can be assured he'll get a great hand from the Yankee fans here at the stadium.
Could be a 3-0 game if he does not make this play.
Here he goes back to the wall. It looks as though he has it all the way, but he has to give that final leap at the wall. Yep, that was a whiz of a catch.
Great catch. Chuck Knobloch leads it off. One of the heroes last night. He delivered one of the 2 home runs in that 7-run 7th inning. Knobloch still just hitting .201 in the entire postseason. That was his first 200 rather postseason, his first home run. That had the 2 for 4 in last night's game. Knobloch facing 31-year-old right-hander Andy Ashby of the San Diego Padres. Pitch popped up behind home plate. Greg Myers. Sliding play, and he can't hang on. Well, you've already seen the Yankees get first big break in this game on a great play. Myers comes back with a chance for an out and can't get it.
Yeah, one thing the fans can't see, that when Myers is coming back, the field is actually sloping away from him. Off of the glove, he knew the wall was coming. He can't hold on. He kind of took a circle route to get to the ball. And I think one thing you'll see tonight is if the Padres get the lead late in the ball game, you'll see Carlos Hernandez in there doing the catching. He's a better defender.
So a 2-strike count. Unable to make the play, keeps the at-bat alive for Knobloch. See if he takes advantage of it. Thought about it, stayed away. They check it first. No, Dale Scott says he did not go around.
Good sharp breaking ball. That's the one we were talking about from Ashby.
17-9 for Andy Ashby, who has yet to win a postseason game, even though he has started 3 this year. He's been hit up for 20 hits in 17 innings. Opposition hitting .299 off Ashby in the postseason compared to .259 during the regular season.
And for his career, he has always dropped off in the second half of the season. And even this year, it looked like he was on pace to win 20, but then during September kind of slumped off. So now he's trying to regain what he was doing early in the season in the postseason, which might not be easy to do because you're facing better teams.
He was 11-5 before the All-Star game, 6-4 after. And the ERA took a big jump along with that. He had a 2.54 earned run average before the All-Star game and a 4.68 after.
Yeah, he actually made the All-Star team along with Kevin Brown and Trevor Hoffman. First time in the Padres history they've ever had 3 pitchers on the All-Star team.
He's being called on to win a big ball game here for San Diego. Knobloch again fights it off in a 2-2 count. The one thing of Ashby's numbers that are really, as you take a look at Kevin Brown, Mr. Silence over there, nobody really knows his physical condition. He took that shot of Chili Davis off the shin. We understand he went to the hospital. Padres won't talk about it, what the examination showed, whether he can pitch again in this series or not. Don't know. 2-2. Knobloch takes it up high, 3-2.
But what they did tell us, that leg looked real ugly after the game, and that's why I had to go to the hospital. Meanwhile, Chuck Knobloch was 0-2 and has fought his way to a full count. A pesky hitter. You see how he takes his natural stance, is kind of bent over. It forces the pitcher to really throw for a strike into a small area.
3-2 delivery by Ashby, and he didn't get it there. So the failure to be able to catch that pop-up kept the at-bat alive. It results in Knobloch going down to first base, either on ball 4 or he may have been hit.
Let's take a look. I thought he might have been nicked by this pitch. Well, Myers actually catches the ball. It's kind of an indication. Let's see if we can hear anything as it goes by Chuck Knobloch. Now I think it's just ball 4.
So Knobloch is on with a walk. Leadoff man on for the Yankees. Wally Joyner will hold, and Derek Jeter coming up. See Jeter's numbers, nowhere near the batting average that he had during the regular season, but still a .300 postseason hitter in his career. Ashby working out of the stretch early on. Make the throw over on Knobloch. Against Andy Ashby during the season, base stealers went 18 for 31. Pretty good success rate against Ashby in stealing bases.
Remember what Joe Torre said in the American League Championship Series, that Derek Jeter needs something to do, which means he needs Knobloch to be on base. during the course of the regular season, we've seen Jeter, who hits the ball to the opposite field very well. He had more hits to right field than he did to left and center. So when you hit the right field, and with Knobloch's speed, you can chase him all the way to third base. And then you have an instant inning.
Myers behind the plate, pretty good arm. 35% effective in throwing out base runners. There goes Knobloch. Throw down Myers. He didn't get it out of the glove cleanly. Stolen base. So Knobloch picks up the stolen base for the Yankees, who have done some running here in the postseason, and pretty successfully. They've stolen 12 bases now in 16 chances.
There goes Knobloch. He'll take a look back. Jeter swings and misses. Let's see if that bothers. Well, it's a tough pitch to throw on. It was low. Looked like Myers had trouble getting the ball out of his glove. The throw is wide. Kind of lucky it didn't go into center field, and Knobloch is in there easily. Let's see what Jeter does now to try and get Knobloch to third base.
Nobody out. Jeter got jammed. Holds the runner. Ashby makes the play to first. So Jeter out of there. One down. Knobloch stays at second.
Now Jeter does not get the job done. It looked like he was trying to hit the ball the other way and couldn't do it.
Take a look at the rest of the Yankee lineup against Ashby. Following Knobloch and Jeter, Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams from Puerto Rico, Chili Davis out of Jamaica, then Tino Martinez, Scott Brocious, two from Puerto Rico in Jorge Posada and Ricky Leday. Yankees stay with the same lineup as in game one. And they get the scoring chance early on. Remember, they scored 12 first inning runs against the Cleveland Indians in the championship series, setting a new mark for runs scored in an American League Series in the first. O'Neill down to third. Going to be a tough play in the backup. Caminiti's throw off the mark. Knobloch makes the turn. He's coming home. No play for Joyner. And the Yankees have another first inning run. 1-0.
Well, Ken Caminiti is one of the stronger throwing third basemen in Major League Baseball, but he overthrows Wally Joyner. First of all, he gives ground on this ground ball. Then he just unloads and doesn't get on top of the throw enough. Joyner does get a glove on it to slow it down. O'Neill is safe at first. And on the play, Knobloch can scoot home all the way from second. There's a look at the throw. Overshoots Joyner. Caminiti, a three-time Gold Glove winner. But this time he overshoots the target, and the Yankees take advantage.
He had 21 errors during the regular season, Ken Caminiti. O'Neill stays at first. It's an error. There's no RBI. Knobloch scores on the error charge to Caminiti. O'Neill at first base and Bernie Williams up. Now you talk about a strange inning. Here's how things are going for the Yankees. A foul pop was missed that allowed Knobloch to get on. He was able to steal second base. Then the error on the throw, which should have been an out, holding a runner at third, ends up on Knobloch scoring and a runner at first, and still only one away.
And no hits.
And no hits. The breaking ball by Ashby's down low, 1-0.
So what this tells you is that the Padres have given the first run of the game away.
Can't do that in any game, much less a World Series game. And Bruce Bochy clearly unhappy with his first inning start. Bernie Williams 0 for 4 in game one of the World Series. 222 postseason. There goes O'Neill. They're going to run. Ashby, he gets hit, but I think he got a glove on it. Wow. Kevin Brown got hit last night on the Chili Davis hard shot. Taught him right in the shin. This one almost catches Ashby up near the face, but he landed in a good fielding position and got his glove up.
Yeah, that's the key. He's in good fielding position. There's O'Neill off and running on this smash back through the middle. A one-hopper just got the glove in front of his face, knocks the ball down, and is able to get the out. Now watch him turn his head just to try and avoid. He got the glove up just in front of his face, but he turned his head just in case he didn't.
Padres got to be wondering about right now, wait a minute, we just go back, start this World Series all over again? 2 down, runner on at second base. Chili Davis, designated hitter, and Ashby's inside. Ball 1 for 3 in game one. We haven't even finished the first inning. Padres could have been up 3-0, but O'Neill robs them of a 3-run homer. Andy Ashby comes on. hasn't given up a hit, and they're behind 1-0. Those are the ones that make you think, I don't care how long you've been playing. Where's Lady Luck? A chopper up the middle. Base hit for Davis. O'Neill will score, and the Yankees have a 2-0 lead.
Well, the Yankees have come out aggressively. We've seen 2 runners in motion in the first inning. And both the runners that were in motion, they came around to score eventually. Knobloch and O'Neill. Here's a look at the base hit. Remember we said that Ashby's a sinking ball pitcher. He's a sinker ball pitcher, but sometimes you get hard ground balls that the infielders can't get to. Chili Davis right back through the middle with a hot smash over the glove of Ashby. How close was that to being caught?
6 RBIs for Davis now in the postseason. Now Tino Martinez, who got his bat going last night. Ashby in with a strike to him. Martinez batting just .182 in the postseason, but that grand slam will make everybody forget about most of the other numbers. Now with 5 RBIs. O'Neill coming across to score the second run. Fastball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Martinez.
Of course, with interleague play now, the American League and National League teams play each other during a portion of the season. And of course, it's always been that way in the World Series interleague play. But the fact is that nobody had more RBIs during interleague play this year than Tino Martinez. He kind of feasted on National League pitching.
And he'd love to do it again here in the World Series. He had 5 RBIs in his first 13 postseason at bats, and then he had 5 more in the next 129 till last night. Fouls that one off. 1-2. Yankees hope that's just the beginning for the remainder of this series for their leading RBI man regular season wise, Tino Martinez.
And the numbers against the National League: 21 runs batted in 15 games.
Yankees did not play the San Diego Padres in interleague play. In fact, they only faced them in one rain-shortened spring training game. 1-2 count. Breaking ball, slider. That one misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
You go back to that. The Yankees were opening the season on the West Coast. They were opening in Anaheim, so they played some exhibition games in San Diego. A lot of rain, didn't get to play a few of them, and it kind of threw the Yankee ball club off their schedule. They started the season 1-4. A lot of people thought Joe Torre might get fired. Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, from that point on, they won 113 games and only lost 44 more.
Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Joe Torre is not going anywhere unless he wants to. As the Yankees with 122 wins now combined, a new major league record for wins in a season. 2 down. Ashby trying to get out of this first inning. That one drilled into the corner. That's a fair ball. Martinez will have an extra base hit. Davis on his way to third. Gwynn gets it back in and holds Tino Martinez to a long single. The second hit off Ashby.
Well, maybe Tino Martinez is starting to come alive with the bat. During the workout session here at the stadium before the series started, Tony Gwynn was out in right field taking line shot after line shot into the corner. You saw him make a nice play last night to only allow 2 runs to score with the bases loaded when Ricky Leday hit one out there. And this time he makes another good play in the corner. Chili Davis can only go as far as third, and Tino Martinez has held to a single. So Tony Gwynn, the veteran, never been to Yankee Stadium before, but the practice session paid off. He played that like he was home in San Diego.
It could not be worse right now for San Diego. Dave Stewart has come out to the mound to talk with his pitchers. They do not have a long relief pitcher available in this game. Joey Hamilton is the one they would like to go to, but if Kevin Brown is injured and can't pitch in game 4, they would have to have Hamilton ready to pitch that game, so he can't work more than an inning. They don't have another long reliever. Really, I mean, Langston, Myers, Boehringer.
They're all 2-inning guys at the most.
So a real tough situation, and how much of this is because Ashby's got the flu. And I'm sure Stewart had to ask something about that when he went out there to try and get an honest answer from Ashby as to how he feels. He's not 100%. Stamina, strength are going to be down in this game.
Well, what that tells you, somebody's going to have to step up big time if they have to go to the bullpen. Just change his role and be the man.
Scott Brocious. He's got a base hit and an RBI. Davis scores. Vanderwall gets it back in. 3-0 Yankees.
During the course of the year, nobody in baseball drove in more runs from the 7th, 8th, or 9th spot in the orders than Scott Brocious. And I believe more than any Yankee, with 2 outs, he drove in a lot of runs. And he does right here, a solid ground ball single. Another ground ball hit that does not find a Padre infielder.
What a year for Scott Brocious, one nobody could have imagined. One of the top 5 hitters in baseball with runners in scoring position and having a great postseason. Runners at first and second. 8th man up in the inning, Jorge Posada. And Ashby pitches away. He has already thrown 25 pitches in this first inning.
And this is from a guy who on July the 5th threw a total of 75 against the Colorado Rockies, a complete game victory. So he's already up to a third of what he threw in that game.
Posada waiting, fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. El Duque, the Yankee starter, sitting watching, happily seeing 3 runs go up in this inning. 3 singles, an error, a walk, a drop, pop up, stolen base. Dave Stewart, pitching coach of San Diego, there aren't a lot of options. 1-1. Breaking ball called strike. 1-2 on Posada.
Brian Boehringer, who we saw in last night's opening game of the series. Boehringer worked a total of 1/3 of an inning, so he might be the freshest guy out there, but he's not a long man. He is somebody that when he was with the Yankees was used for an inning or 2.
Bruce Bochy right now is just praying that Ashby can right himself, get out of this inning and settle down and be all right to go at least 5. 1 ball, 2 strike count. 3-0 lead for the Yankees with 2 on, 2 down. Check swing on that one, just trying to protect. Fouled it off. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, each time a pitcher starts a ball game, the manager is looking for at least 100 pitches from it, but he doesn't want them to come by the 3rd inning. He'd like to see them in the 5th or the 6th, maybe the 7th, and then he can go to his better bullpen guys. That usually means you have the lead. Right now, Ashby has thrown 28 pitches here in the 1st inning.
Posada batting 188, 1 home run in the postseason. 1-2 count on him. He drills it to second base, and it's dropped by Silvio Veras, and his throws off the mark, but Joyner gets it. One of the ugliest first innings you'll want to see in the World Series. Padres almost up 3-0. O'Neill robbed them. Instead, they're down 3-0 after 1. Those runs scored unearned, and that's the mountain that's going to be climbed by the Padres. Rockefeller Center. There you see what it looks like at Christmas time when the ice is down, the trees are up, and the big Christmas tree sits right there in the middle up above the statue where all the flags are. And the ice is down now, and that's what it looks like as they get set for the holiday season. They have an ice maker there, as you do in rinks, a compressor that keeps the ice cold. I don't know how they kept the ice down today.
Wow, I thought those people might be swimming in there today.
Bring your bathing suit and go skating. Beautiful sight, Rockefeller Center. Steve Finley leads it off. El Duque back to work. Finley takes the pitch outside for a ball. 1 for 4 in the opening game of the World Series. See the 3 RBIs, 6 strikeouts for him. He's not had a home run in the postseason. Orlando Hernandez misses inside. Hernandez, of course, with a long time to sit and watch. He'll take it, but he's got to kind of warm up again here to start this 2nd inning. 2-0 to Finley. He's taking all the way. He wants a walk. 3-0.
Well, the Padres need some base runners trying to get something going and on their behalf. You mentioned how El Duque is. You just watch his motion, you can see how difficult he would be to hit. Now, people are watching at home, try and lift your knee the way he does about 100 times. He does this over 100 times. This is not easy.
It's one of those where we say, don't try this at home.
Yeah, exactly. This man is a professional.
3-1 pitch. Comes right back on him. 3-2. 3-2 count after falling behind 3-0.
In motion, it's almost like a flamingo. You see how he gets up on one leg there and just delivers a pitch?
And he gets Finley swinging. 3 strikeouts for Hernandez. 1 down in the 2nd inning.
Well, Finley actually helps him out on the payoff pitch, the 3-2 pitch, and for some reason he swings at something that's well out of the strike zone. Looked to be a fastball, and Finley knows that he has gotten himself out. That was ball 4.
John Vanderwall, another left-handed hitter, getting the start up high. 32-year-old veteran acquired from the Colorado Rockies on the trading deadline August 31st. He batted .240 in 20 games with the Padres. Hit .288 in 89 games with Colorado.
Hey, here's another play that started out with the Montreal Expos. They're on every ball club.
They couldn't afford to keep anybody. Strike taken. 2-1. 2 ball 1 strike count, 1 away. Vanderwall appeared as a pinch hitter in game 1 last night and went 0 for 1. And that one tailed away from him. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Vanderwall. Chance for the 4th strikeout for El Duque.
Yeah, that was that sneaky fast fastball that he all of a sudden explodes either over the outside corner or on the inside corner.
2-2. That one looped out to left center for a base hit. So Vanderwall is on the inside out swing, but that's what makes him a good hitter. He can hit good pitches. And Vanderwall took a tough pitch right there and just kind of lofted it out to left center field.
Vanderwall, a history buff, and knows a lot about baseball and the history of the game. Well, he knows that he picks up a hit in his first World Series at bat, and he's 1 for 1. And he's El Duque said, hey, as we look at the scouting report on El Duque, sneaky fastball, more curves than a mountain road. He has a variety of curveballs and likes home cooking, which means he's 8-1 here at Yankee Stadium.
Almost unhittable here with a 1.74 earned run average at home. Vanderwall on, and the off-speed breaking balls up high to Greg Myers. Myers getting the start, as Kenny said, because he's another left-handed bat. 32-year-old veteran out of Riverside, California. Born, raised, still lived there. Missed a lot of games this year. Had a chipped bone in his left hand that kept him out. You see in the postseason, only has had a couple of at-bats. And a strike, fastball, 1 ball 1 strike on Myers.
Yeah, but Myers in his first postseason at bat against the Braves in the National League Championship Series hit a pinch hit 2-run home run off of Kerry Lightenberg.
He has bounced around a lot of teams, American and national. Swung on, fouled off. Played with Toronto, California, Minnesota. Went to Atlanta for a few games, 97, now to San Diego, first year with the Padres.
These left-handed hitting catchers are like left-handed pitchers. You can go around and stay in baseball forever.
Somebody's going to want you.
As long as they don't check your birth certificate.
That's right. 1-2. Fly ball, shallow center. Williams. 2 down. Oh, Myers retired for the 2nd out. Vanderwall stays at first base, 2 away. And we'll see Gomez coming up against El Duque. You can already feel and see in the San Diego Padres that somebody's going to have to give them a jump start tonight. They are down. They are a team with their heads down. There have been some bad cuts at the plate, including Finley's when he struck out. They're frustrated. This is when a guy like a Tony Gwynn or a Ken Caminiti or somebody has really got to light a fire, or this game's going to be over early. 1-0 count on Gomez.
Well, they got behind early last night and rallied to tie. In fact, took the lead, but then the bullpen gave it right back. And I think that they gave it back so quickly is really what got the team down. I mean, a big inning for the Yankees in the 7th last night. And that can really dishearten a ball club that has rallied to take the lead away from somebody from the other team.
You read that body language you just saw from Ken Caminiti. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gomez fouls that one back into the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. 2 down. Van der Waal at first. Fans again up and applauding for the 4th strikeout for El Duque. One-two pitch. And Gomez leaning out on that one, but he decided not to go after it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, less experienced hitter would have swung and missed at that pitch and been out of there. Gomez, a former All-American shortstop at Long Beach State University. A lot of Major League Baseball players come out of very good college programs, and Gomez is one of them.
Again, way outside, 3-2. Gomez had a career high batting average this year, 267. He's still a career 251 hitter, but Padres were very happy to get the offensive numbers out of him this year that they got. Gilvio Veras, the leadoff batter, if Gomez can keep the inning alive. Runner goes, swung on, grounded down to third. Scott Brocious, slow roller. Plenty of time in the dirt. Good pick made over there by Martinez. No runs, a base hit, and 1 left on. El Duque retires the Padres. Yankees coming up with a 3-0 lead. Sign there for Darryl Strawberry. Yankee fans remembering the Yankee is not here for the World Series, but is back home out of the hospital after the colon cancer work was done. The number 39 being worn by the Yankee players on their caps, and even some of the San Diego players have been wearing that number 39. Ashby back to work here. Ricky Leday will lead it off. The number 9 hitters. The Yankees sent 8 up in the first inning.
Now, we were talking to Joe Torre before the game about Rick Leday, as you see the 39 on Jim Leyritz's hat in reference to Darryl Strawberry. And I asked about how far did Ricky Leday going to solidify his chances of making the team next spring. Remember, he'd been up and down the minor leagues a couple of times this year, and getting a big hit like last night really would boost his confidence.
And Joe Torre's belief in.
Yeah, exactly. Joe already knows that Ricky Leday can play left field. There's no doubt he can do that. Can he hit enough to be warranted an everyday spot, or at least against right-handed pitching?
Well, last night a double, a single, a walk, and reached on an error. They never got him off the bases. And a huge bases loaded 2 RBI double in that second inning for his first postseason hit. And
you got to bet the whole town of Salinas, Puerto Rico was on their feet.
He went up to Joe Torre before the game and said, "Thank you for letting me play." After the game, Torre said, "No, thank you." And he's done it again. He starts the inning off with a base hit.
And of course, when Ricky Leday is on, he's like Knobloch or Jeter or O'Neill. He has some speed, so you can do some things. As he goes down and gets a nasty curveball, it's actually about knee high. It drills it into right field for a base hit. Puts a good swing on a tough pitch. And another hard ground ball base hit.
Ashby, a pronounced ground ball pitcher, but when they're hit hard, they go through, and Leday is on with a single. There are always great stories that come out of postseason play in any sport, and Leday is going to be one of them out of this postseason in baseball. Top of the order, Chuck Knobloch, who led the first inning off for the walk, stole a base and scored on an error. Knobloch up here with a runner on at first. Leday being talked to down at first base, which sometimes indicates something may be on.
You know, here's the difference between the National League and American League. Of course, the DH being used here, you have 9 hitters in the lineup. Ricky Leday is almost like a leadoff hitter with the type of speed he has. They play in San Diego. The pitcher would have been up, and I'm sure he wouldn't have been on first base with a hit, or else not as often.
That one grounded towards the hole, goes off the glove of Caminiti. Chased down by Gomez, holding Leday at second base. But the Yankees back-to-back singles here in the second, and that ball has got a Yankee bounce on it here tonight.
Well, first of all, you can see where Caminiti is playing. He's playing even with the bag. That cuts down his lateral range, and you saw it come back to haunt him. The ball got by him, chased down by Gomez. Right, even with the bag, just about where the grass ends and meets the dirt. And he can't get over quickly enough, or he actually does, but the ball hits him in the wrist. Well, he actually dove too far. So Knobloch will get a hit. That's the 5th Yankee hit, and we're only in the 2nd inning.
Caminiti has not had a good night. He's already committed an error. He had a chance at bat with a couple on and didn't get a hit. Now that one bounces off, and Caminiti moves in. They're looking for the bunt from Derek Jeter. No throw to second base. They didn't have anybody covering because Gomez, the shortstop, was headed towards third base.
You know, the Padres actually messed that play up. They showed the Yankees they were going to do the wheel play.
Not much has gone right yet for San Diego.
You know, Ashby, he's got to deliver the ball.
Jeter at 316 with runners in scoring position. He's got 2 on here. Nobody out. Will he bunt? Didn't show bunt. Pitcher's taken outside, and they took the wheel play off. Willie Randolph for the signs at third.
Willie Randolph spent 13 years playing second base for the Yankees. Played with 32 different shortstops.
And well with all of them.
Well, yes, he did.
Caminiti in at third. This is a very tough situation for a third baseman. Caminiti stays in and kind of faces the pitcher. He doesn't want to play the bunt. He wants to stay back so he can take a throw at third base if they get a force out. But if the ball's bunted towards third by the pitcher, then he's got to charge in to play it. 1-0 delivery. There's the bunt shown. Pitch is outside. Ball 2.
Well, Jeter's a pretty good bunter. He's actually very good at pushing it down towards first base. But right now, if he's going to lay one down, he wants to advance the runners. The Yankees have good speed on the bases in Ledet and Knobloch, and good speed at the plate in Jeter. So there's a lot of pressure on the Padres defensively right here. And so far tonight, they haven't played well defensively.
2 sacrifice bunts during the season for Derek Jeter. Not bunting. Runners go. Throw to third. And do they get him? Tags made. They get the out. As he missed the bag, Ledet slid by the bag. Caminiti did not get the tag on him until he got back up and tagged him again. Both runners go down to second base. On the backside of it is Knobloch, but they get the lead runner.
Well, the Yankees actually tried to cross up the Padres defensively and go with the hit and run. The problem was Jeter missed the ball, and it kind of hangs out Ledet to dry. He tries to go around the back door. The tag is actually, well, the tag was made, and he was out to begin with. So third base umpire Tim Cheetah waiting for the second tag, while actually the first one was made.
Grounded towards second base. That's a base hit. Knobloch around to score. No play at the plate. Derek Jeter, RBI single, a 4-0 lead for New York.
5 of the 6 hits by the Yankees now are ground balls through the infield. So we told you, Andy Ashby, a ground ball pitcher, but he's not getting the breaks tonight. They're not going at the infielders.
Jeter, he picks up the RBI, and 4 runs on 6 hits off Ashby.
The Yankees have kind of worn a path right back through the middle with base hits. Veras cannot get this one. It's on into center field for the hit.
3rd postseason RBI for Derek Jeter. Paul O'Neill. Jeter with the lead at first. Not going. O'Neill inside out left field. Not deep. Vanderwall. And O'Neill, who reached on an error his first time up, flies out this time around. And there are 2 down.
Now with 2 down, you might see Jeter trying to advance himself to second with the stolen base, but I really believe he'll give Bernie Williams a couple of cracks at it until he gets behind on the count. If Bernie Williams gets 2 strikes, then I think you'll see Jeter take off.
Derek Jeter, 18 stolen bases, was caught only once during the regular season. Bernie Williams, 0 for 4 in game 1, grounded out here, 222 in the postseason. Jeter off first with Wally Joyner holding, and the pitch is taken for a strike. Jeter's numbers I gave you were here at Yankee Stadium in stealing bases. When he picked up here at home, the 18 out of 19. He ran well on home turf.
30 overall during the regular season. He and Knobloch, a pretty good 1-2 punch at the top of the order for steals.
0-1. And an outside corner pitch by Ashby. 4 runs, 6 hits. 3 unearned runs in the first inning. Ryan Bollringer for the second time warming up in the bullpen. 8 of 12 batters have reached for the Yankees against this right-hander. Other thing that happens every time you get the bullpen up, you're using it. It's less time they can pitch on the mound every pitch they throw in the bullpen. Bollringer's already up for the second time. We're only in the second inning. 2-strike pitch. Jeter not going. Williams takes it away, and a 1-ball 2-strike count. Rumors today in the Yankee newspapers, Bernie Williams might be headed for St. Louis. That the Yankees may be interested in Ray Lankford if they can't re-sign Bernie Williams. And they might be willing to trade Andy Pettitte to St. Louis if Williams wants to go somewhere else and they just want to let Bernie Williams go. Lankford will be available for the Cardinals, who need pitching.
Well, 15 days after the World Series, the Yankees have a chance to sign Bernie Williams. They're the only club that can talk to him. But once those 15 days are up, he's out there for everybody to talk to, and that changes the whole situation.
A glum pitching coach, Dave Stewart. 2-2. Fouled off. Again, Jeter not going on the pitch with 2 down. And it'll remain a 2-ball 2-strike count.
Yeah, you start hearing rumors now about players going here and there and everywhere.
There aren't any words to better describe how San Diego's feeling right now than that picture you just saw. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jeter again with a lead. Joyner holding, and Williams will step out.
Well, last night we saw them get out of a 2-run hole, but 4 is a different story. Twice as hard for Bruce Bochy to get back in the ball game against a pitcher they've never seen before.
2-2. Runner goes right off the end of the bat. Just cued that one. And it remains a 2-2 count. Jeter will come back. Long intermissions for El Duque in this game. Not that he minds with the runs being put up. He's getting to sit and watch a lot of baseball.
Also, the fielders kind of standing around for the Padres. That's when you get poorly fielded games, when your fielders are out there for a long time. They kind of fall back on their heels, don't get the quick jumps.
47 pitches thrown by Ashby in this game. Jeter not going, and he misses up high. So a 3-ball 2-strike count on Williams. So this is to Ashby, who we told you at the top generally works very efficiently. Doesn't throw a lot of pitches, throws a lot of strikes. That's not happening in this game, and that is a disaster for Bruce Bochy and the Padres.
Yeah, we mentioned that game where he threw 75 pitches against the Rockies. That game lasted 2 hours and 1 minute. 55 strikes and 20 balls.
It's almost taken that long for 2 innings. Here's the 3-2. Jeter goes and foul back. Not holding Jeter with 2 down. He'll come back to first base again.
You know, part of the Yankees too is that they foul off a lot of pitches. You know, they don't swing and miss. They make contact when they swing, so they keep the at bats going. Then when the pitcher makes a mistake, they hit the ball hard.
See all these foul balls, Kenny. We had an email from Byron Aarons of Melbourne, Australia. How many baseballs are used in a playoff in 1 year?
That's kind of tough to add all those up. But I can tell you that they do get ready for a ball game. 12 dozen baseballs.
Williams launches that one. Right center field. They better rub up another one. Way back. Goodbye. Home run. Bernie Williams. 6-0 Yankees.
Well, remember I was talking about how Yankee hitters foul pitches off, spoil tough ones, then wait for something that can hit hard. You can't hit one much harder than that. It left the ballpark, and the Yankees have a 6-0 lead. You know, the way the Yankees are playing, they're going to San Diego. You wonder if the World Series is coming back to New York. And you also wonder, could this be Bernie Williams' last game in a Yankee uniform at Yankee Stadium? If it is, he's going to go out in style with a 2-run home run that gives the Yankees a 6-0 lead.
That is his first postseason home run this year, but the 9th in postseason in his career. And the Yankees are tagging Ashby. 1 ball, 1 strike on Davis. A 6-run lead. 3 runs in the first, 3 more here in the second.
There's another look at the home run, and Bernie kind of knew it. You know, when you're in a ballpark, you know how hard you got to hit it, as long as he's been a Yankee. And he's celebrating the 2-run homer, as are the rest of his teammates.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. So the Yankees blasting away in the postseason now. They have had 11 home runs hit by this ball club. Ashby gave up 23 during the regular season and is now trailing this game 6-0 in the second. And Davis misses that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the big bats like Vaughn of the San Diego Padres are going to be asked to work a miracle in this game.
The Yankees have 7 hits. They are spread throughout the lineup, and that's been their key all season long. There is no rest for a pitcher. Middle of the order last night, Bernie Williams and Paul O'Neill did not get any hits, and the Yankees still scored 9 runs.
Swung on and missed. Ashby gets his first strikeout. Davis retired, but the Yankees had 3 more here in the second inning. The big blow coming with 2 down. Bernie Williams off Ashby. A 2-run homer. 6-0. View the video highlights at WorldSeries.com, the official postseason website of Major League Baseball. Check out San Diego's Ken Caminiti's postseason diary. You may not be adding much to that. And items in the online store. You can email Ken and I in the booth. Baseball questions. We'll be happy to answer and just hear from you. Log in. Let us know how you're enjoying the telecast. It's www.worldseries.com. Sight to see. And Orlando Hernandez staked to a 6-0 lead going to the 3rd inning.
Here's the Puerto Rican flag, and native of Puerto Rico, Bernie Williams, one of their favorite sons.
Big 2-run homer. First of this postseason. Kilvio Veras called out on strikes his first time up, 1 of 3. Picked up by Hernandez. Fouls that one off. San Diego Padres and Yankees head out to San Diego tonight after the game. Day off tomorrow. We'll be back with you on Tuesday for game 3. Games 3 and 4 in San Diego. Game 5 also if necessary. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Veras. And he missed outside with that one. 2-2. Kilvio Veras, switch hitter. Two delivery. Pops it up outside of third, and no play. Jorge Posada making the start for the Yankees. Behind the plate in this game as they continue, as they've done all season long, to rotate the catchers. Joe Girardi, Jorge Posada.
Game 3, it'll be Joe Girardi behind home plate. He always catches David Cone.
Sterling Hitchcock, former Yankee, scheduled to start in that game for San Diego. Big time changeup. Strikeout number 4 for El Duque. 1 down.
I believe this is his first changeup of the night. He puts it right up in the eyes of Veras where he can see it. He threw a high fastball that he fouled back. So he puts this one right up in the same area, but he takes a lot off the pitch. Veras thinks it's a fastball in the same area. No, it's not. It's the changeup, and he struck out. This guy knows how to pitch.
He's a rookie, but he's a veteran at 28 years old. In all those games he pitched for the Cuban national team. Tony Gwynn got a single, 4 for 5 now in these 2 games. Over 270 in the postseason this year. El Duque strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Orlando Hernandez now in 2 postseason games. 9 in the 3rd innings. 5 hits and 10 strikeouts. Fouled off by Gwynn. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And he makes it look so easy on the mound. Sometimes it's a K. Sometimes you get cued.
El Duque.
1-2 delivery, and Gwynn takes the pitch down low. Well, there's the real challenge for him, to try and add a K with this guy up.
John Wayne. El Duque.
Inventive.
New York license plates.
That one to left field, not deep. Ricky Leday's there, and Gwynn is retired. 2 down.
Yeah, it's tough to strike out Tony Gwynn, probably the toughest hitter in Major League Baseball to strike out. Tony Gwynn struck out twice in a game, only 3 times this year. What is 18 total? 18 total strikeouts?
Only 1 strikeout every 28.
That's great.
Plate appearances for him.
License plate, El Duque.
That one's printed up. Here's Vaughn, 2 down.
Somebody was on that copier machine.
Outside for a ball. Greg Vaughn drew a walk his first time up. He's the designated hitter in this game. The DH rule will not be used in the National League ballpark in San Diego. As Ken said, Vaughn's going to have to go back out in the field in order to get to the plate in San Diego. 1-0 delivery to him and a towering pop-up. Third base. Called off by Jeter. And the shortstop puts it away. 1-2-3 inning. Padres go quietly here in the 3rd. Yankees, who won the first game 9-6, will come up in the bottom of the 3rd, already leading game 2 6-0. Way down the purple lights you see in the middle, then off to the right a little bit, the Twin Towers Trade Center down in lower Manhattan. The Bronx is up at this end where the blimp's flying over Yankee Stadium. Ashby will work here to Tino Martinez as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd. 6-7-0 for the Yankees, 0-2-1 for the Padres, and that 1 error has allowed 3 unearned runs to the Yankees in the 1st inning. Martinez had a single his first time up, a hard drive down the right field line. 1-1.
Now, team of the century, and all those numbers below the number of times the Yankees have won the World Championship. 23 times.
Nobody else even close. Last time, of course, in '96 against Atlanta. Fans have already chalked in their 98.
Wow. They
1 ball, 2 strike count.
I was going to say they still got to take this act on the road.
Ground ball up the middle, and Martinez gets another one. So Tino Martinez now 2 for 2 in this game, as that grand slam he had in game 1 may have opened the door offensively for Tino Martinez.
We knew you could do it, Tino. 2nd straight hit, this one again right back through the middle, and another ground ball hit for the Yankees.
Grand slam came in his last at bat of game 1. 2 for 2 here, so 3 hits in his last 3 at bats in the World Series. Scott Brocious picked up a single his first time up. Try it again. He hammers one off Ashby, a base hit to left field. And Andy Ashby right now is batting practice. Hey, he's not fooling anybody. Trouble is he got anybody else in the bullpen better than Ashby?
Well, here's another base hit. Brocious picks on one, sends it into left field. Remember early in the postseason when the Yankees were winning, but they weren't hitting? Now they're starting to swing the bats. You can't keep a good hitting team down for long. This is the team that scored more runs than any team in baseball this year. 965 runs during the regular season.
They came into this game batting .234 in the postseason. They're not going to be there after this one's over. Bowringer for the 3rd time up to throw. They don't bring him in this time. They may have lost Brian Bowringer as a reliever for this game. Jorge Posada, and a chopper towards second base. Kilvio Veras. That's one. Relay Gomez. That's two. Over to third base goes Martinez. Posada hits into the double play. 2 down.
Well, Andy Ashby finally got a Yankee hitter to hit a ground ball towards one of his infielders. And this time he's going to get the double play. Nice 2-hopper. But Kilvio Veras makes a strong throw to Gomez. Right on the money, and then the throw to first. Plenty of time to get the double play. Good play by Veras. Spins and puts it right in the chest of Chris Gomez at second base. So neatly turned double play started by Veras, the second baseman.
Good work by Gomez on the pivot with Scott Brocious moving in on him. 2 down runner at third base. Leday had a single his first time up, so still they've not been able to keep him off the bases here in this World Series. With the 2 for 2, a walk and an error last night, and a single here. Behind on that one, and Ashby evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Played to pull in the infield. Ashby stays away and missed with it. 2-1 on Leday. You see the second baseman in particular, Kilvio Veras, deep with a left-handed batter up almost. Well, he is on the outfield grass right now.
Leday pulled one by him and on into right field his first time up.
That one missed outside. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Tino Martinez on at third with 2 down. Leday got into 42 games during the regular season, hitting .241, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. 3-1 pitch to him. Leday, he's got another base hit and an RBI. Martinez scores. Leday on his way to second base. Stand-up double as Vanderwall gets it back in. 7-0 Yankees.
Well, we talked about hitters making adjustments during at-bats. Ricky Leday swung through a fastball that was outside and missed. Well, he started to look out there again, and he got a pitch in that direction from Andy Ashby. Now watch, it's going to be away. He already missed one of them, but he didn't miss the second one. Solid line drive to the opposite field. An excellent piece of hitting by Ricky Leday. The Yankees score the 7th run. They add the extra point and lead 7-0. Ricky Leday. Joe Torre playing a hunch, plays this youngster to start game 1 of the World Series, and he's coming through big time.
And that is it for Ashby. A disastrous outing. He faced 18 batters. 12 of them reached 2 2/3 innings. He gave up 10 hits. Walked 1, struck out 1. 3 of the 7 runs are unearned against him in this game. But a 17-game winner, knocked out of the box, never got started in this game against the Yankees.
Well, he walked the leadoff man and eventually came around to score, and that was the big problem for Andy Ashby. Maybe not the power tonight because he's feeling ill, but the fact is, in the first inning, the Yankees started off defensively. It was Paul O'Neill's great catch that robbed the Padres. Greg Myers with Knobloch at the plate couldn't handle the pop-up. Caminiti throws the ball away. Knobloch would score. Tino Martinez with a shot that stays just fair down the right field line. The Yankees scored 3 in the first. Bernie Williams with a home run in the second inning to cap off another 3-run outburst for the Yankees. Then they score again here in the third inning against Andy Ashby and lead 7-0.
So the Yankees have KO'd the aces of this staff. Kevin Brown last night, and now Andy Ashby early here in game 2. Special guest Julie Croteau is with right now. Julie.
Thanks, Gary. I'm here with the Commissioner of Baseball, Bud Selig. Bud, you've been at the helm of baseball during the most turbulent of years, and now to experience this year, the best year in baseball history. What do you attribute the changes to?
Well, I think there are a lot of factors at work. Obviously, we've had great individual performances. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Cal Ripken Jr., the Yankees' masterful performance, the wild card races. Everything has just worked out. It's been a myriad of things, and it has been some unbelievable season.
Well, you've been responsible for some significant changes, the wild card, realignment, and interleague play. What's next? International?
Well, we have a lot of things, but we are going to take this game international. We're going to do more realignment, and there's a lot more coming.
Thank you very much. Bud Selig, a self-professed baseball fan, enjoying Game 2 of the World Series. Back to you, Gary.
Julie, thank you very much. New commissioner of baseball. And the new pitcher for the San Diego Padres, 28-year-old right-hander, former Yankee, Brian Boehringer.
Yeah, after the labor problems baseball had a few years ago, it seems to be an era of good feeling. Fans are happy again. Players seem to be happy. Owners are happy. Even TV people are happy.
Ashby's not happy.
No, he's the only one then.
1 strikeout, 2 down. Runner on at second base. And foul back by Knobloch, who has walked, singled, and scored twice. Leday, the RBI double on at second. And there's what Knobloch has done in this game. Yankees 7 runs on 10 hits and a 7-0 lead. And only in the 3rd inning. As David Cohn noted after the game last night. All season long, it just seemed for the Yankees when they didn't hit, they pitched. When they weren't pitching particularly well, they hit. Whatever needed to be done to win, the Yankees got it done. And they are doing it again here in this post series as Joe Torre keeps sending them out there, and they find a way to pop the W's up. O'Neill, the big play in the 1st inning, robbing, it looked like, Joyner of a 3-run homer, and then Bernie Williams hitting one himself. The 0-2 delivery, and Boehringer misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
4 opposing starters have not gone beyond the 3rd inning this postseason. That is getting people out of there in a hurry and getting to the bullpen.
Starting pitching decides most of the wins and losses when you get the postseason in baseball. 1-2 delivery. That one fouled right straight back, high and tight. Got a piece of it. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Knobloch.
Knobloch has scored twice tonight, walked, singled, both times came around. Scored 117 runs in what a lot of people feel was a down year for Chuck Knobloch. And primarily he scored that many runs. The guys behind him had big years.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Strike 3 called, so Boehringer comes on and gets the strikeout. But the Yankees add another run, doing it on 3 hits. Base runner left on at second base. We've completed 3. Game 2. The '98 World Series, and the Yankees up 7-0. New York with a lot to celebrate here on this Sunday night as the Yankees have the 7-0 lead. And the fans just kind of settled in now, waiting to see just how much of a blowout this might turn out to be. Ken Caminiti, Wally Joyner, and Steve Finley coming up. Jeter, one of the young stars of this game and in this city, a real idol. Pitch taken down low by Caminiti. Caminiti struck out his first time up, came up with 2 on, 1 down. Big RBI producer for them. Drills that one to first, right into the glove of Martinez. 1 away here in the 4th.
Well, Caminiti finally got a pitch to hit and lined it right to the first baseman. Hernandez has kind of been pitching from behind tonight. 9 straight first pitch balls to the San Diego hitters, but he's been able to recover and get them out. You like to see those first pitch strikes.
I think part of that's because he's had to sit so long.
Yeah.
And coming back out, having to warm up, probably needs a little more warm up than he's been getting.
That's number 10.
That takes a couple of pitches to get going in that. 1-0 count on Wally Joyner. Joyner robbed of what looked like a 3-run homer in the 1st inning by Paul O'Neill. It retired the side. Joyner's had 1 postseason home run, 0 for 4 in the World Series, and he's going to be robbed again. Knobloch the play.
Well, the teams that get to the World Series and postseason usually have solid defenses, and this is a Chuck Knobloch, who last year won the Gold Glove at second base in the American League. flashes that form as he robs Wally Joyner, and Wally Joyner's got to be wondering, what do I have to do to get a hit? Lays out, stretches up, and then throws him out.
Foul ball, tagged down the line by Finley. 2 down, nobody on. Joyner with a hard 0 for 2 in this game. 2 down, bases empty. Chance for El Duque to get out of this inning relatively easily if he can retire. Finley. 7 in a row have been set down by Orlando Hernandez. Maybe 8. Martinez. El Duque covers. It is. Padres have been retired in order in the last 2 innings. El Duque getting it done with a 7-0 Yankee lead. Did you know Atlanta Braves first baseman Andres Galarraga loves to paint when he's not on the field? Boston Red Sox shortstop Nomar Garcia-Pera, a big soccer fan. If you watch Baseball Max, you would know. Each week we bring you highlights from the American National Leagues, player profiles, instruction, and more. Baseball Max. Check your local listings for the times in your country. Brian Boehringer came on and got the final out in the 3rd inning. Stays on here to face Derek Jeter, who was single, picked up an RBI in the ball game. 1 for 2. Now 2 for 6 in the World Series.
Jeter facing a former teammate. Boehringer actually started with the White Sox organization and was traded to the Yankees. Then he went to the Devil Rays in the expansion draft and was traded to San Diego before he ever pitched for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Well, actually he did. He was 0-1 last year.
And his breaking ball misses. A 1-ball 2-strike count. Mighty happy that he got moved, obviously, as he went from a ball club that was at the bottom of the pile into the postseason play with the San Diego Padres. 1-2 delivered to Jeter off the fist. Base hit off the glove of Gomez. And Jeter's got his second hit, a leadoff single here in the 4th inning.
You know what's interesting about the Yankees? Last night they scored 9 runs and did not get the leadoff man on in any inning. Tonight they've had the leadoff man on in every inning, as Chris Gomez can't come up with this one, and Jeter has his second hit. Almost.
How many almost have there already been?
Oh yeah.
For San Diego. Paul O'Neill up, reached on an error and scored, and is flied out. Boehringer, 11 hits now for the Yankees. 1-0 count on Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill continuing to not only pile up the numbers for this year, but some strong postseason numbers. He's hitting over .290 now in the postseason. He has picked up 9 postseason home runs in 43 games and 24 postseason RBIs. He has appeared in more postseason games than any other current Yankee. 1-1 the count. Guy who lets his bat do the talking for him, and sometimes his glove.
Yes, he made a big statement in the 1st inning. Padres had 2 men on for Wally Joyner, picked on a hanging curveball, but O'Neill at the wall robs him of at least extra bases, maybe the home run.
2-1 delivery to him, and Boehringer missed with that one outside. 3-1. Runner at first base, nobody out. Infield double play depth.
Well, you won't see Jeter running with the score 7-0.
Strike taken at the knees.
In baseball, it's kind of thought of as kind of rubbing it in, and you can get somebody hurt that way. If somebody tries to steal with a big lead, the other team has a tendency to come close to one of your hitters.
You're trying to make us look bad?
Well,
It'll make you pay.
Yeah, exactly.
3-2 count. Runner going here, grounded toward short. Gomez only plays at first. You run in that situation to stay out of the double play, which is exactly what Jeter and the Yankees were able to do. O'Neill retired on the ground ball out. Runner at second.
Yeah, what you won't see is somebody attempting to steal a base. I should say that there will be running. When the count gets to 3-2, stay out of the double play. They do. And Jeter's at second base as O'Neill grounds out.
Bernie Williams. First postseason home run this year. Picked up in his last at bat as he drove one to right center field. And it came with 2 down. Williams up here with a runner on at second base and a chance for another RBI. Brian Bollringer checking second. They're not holding Jeter close. And the pitch on the inside corner will put Williams behind on the count. 0-2.
That flag is out in the bleachers in deep right center field. If Bernie hits that flag, it might put a hole through it. That's how hard it will be hit. Look how far that is away.
14 of his home runs during the regular season hit at home, 12 on the road for Bernie Williams. Now 1 for 6 in this World Series. Inside by Bollringer, missed. 1 ball, 2 strike count. We had a question, another one of our email folks wanted to know from Uruguay. Could you tell me the difference between the National League and the American League, and which team has won more championships in the history of the game? Pablo Kovacs from Uruguay emailed that to us.
Oh, you look at the team that did win the most championships, the Yankees, 23 times.
The American League leads overall as well. Center field, Finley. 2 down. American League has won 54 World Series. National League has won 39. For combined totals, and the Yankees, of course, one of the reasons the American League has that lead in World Series wins. As far as the difference between the National and the American Leagues, kind of historical more than anything else. Not much. I mean, the designated hitter rule is what distinguishes the leagues today. The American League has the designated hitter and the National League does not. But other than that, it's just been the growth of the leagues over the years on an historical basis more than anything else.
Yeah, expansion teams added. Expansion era started back in 1962 when the New York Mets and the San Diego Padres came into the National League.
Padres getting to the World Series postseason only 3 times. A couple of times to the World Series. Fouled off by Davis. 2 strike count. Chili Davis, runner on at second base. 7-0 lead for the Yankees here in the 4th inning. Man who would like to forget this World Series so far. Ashby, the starter. 7 runs, 4 earned, 10 hits, and 2 2/3 innings.
Seems somewhat stunned over there on the bench.
Oh, 2 the count. Davis will step out on Brian Bollringer. Jeter on at second base. Dave Stewart just talking about being stunned, the pitching coach of the Padres.
Well, he hadn't seen this happen to his pitching staff all season long. I mean, they turned in a very good performance, particularly over what they did last year. They dropped their team ERA by a full point, which means they gave up 1 less run per game. And if fans don't think that's a lot, that means you're winning a lot of close games instead of losing them.
They had the 3rd best ERA in the National League this year. 1-2 pitch. Slider misses down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Yankees, with 11 hits already in this game, have a chance to threaten the most hits in a game ever. 20 in a World Series game. Twice done. New York Giants against the Yankees in 1921, and the Cardinals against the Red Sox in 1946. 20 hits. All-time high. 2-2 delivery, fouled off. Remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Chili Davis.
thing about Bowringer as a pitcher, he does have hard stuff, throws very hard. There's Kevin Brown. Talk a little hitting and maybe how to get hitters out. But Bowringer, everything's about the same speed. Hard fastball, hard slider. Yankees a good fastball hitting team. Doesn't have many off-speed pitches to deliver to the plate. I don't think I've ever seen him throw a changeup.
Hitters will time those pitches up. You only have one speed. 2-2 is outside. 3-2. Just checked on Andy Ashby, Ken. That is the shortest outing of the season for Ashby. 2 2/3 innings. And it comes in Game 2 of the World Series. Ouch. He's still shaking his head. 3-2, runner at second base. Bowringer gets the strike. Second strikeout for Brian Bowringer. No runs, a base hit. Base runner left on at second. Yankees trying to go 2 up in this series while Ashby tries to figure out what happened. 7-zip. Yankees on top. New York Yankees won 62 regular season games here at Yankee Stadium. Now trying to add to it with 2 in the World Series. And a big 7-0 lead as we go to the 5th inning. Padres have picked up only 2 hits off Orlando El Duque Hernandez. One of them in the first, single by Gwynn. One in the second, a single by Vanderwall. That has been it. He has walked only 1, struck out 4. Vanderwall up. And a pitch taken high for a ball. Bottom third of the order for the Padres, whose insertion of all these left-handed hitters thus far in this game has made no difference. Outside corner strike, 1-1. Vanderwall punching a single through in his first at bat against Orlando Hernandez. And swings through the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or 1-2 rather on Vanderwall.
Notice El Duque that once he delivers a pitch, he gets the ball right back. Doesn't really walk around the mound very much. He's got a nice little rhythm going here. He wants to keep it going. And powders one right on by Vanderwall.
He's gone. 5 strikeouts. The frustration of the night mounting as Vanderwall had a word to say to Mark Hirschbeck, the home plate umpire. 5 Ks now.
Yeah, he probably thought this was outside, but it was close enough. You see Posada sitting off the plate, got the ball right to the glove, didn't have to move it, and that will be called strike 3.
Well, the left-handed hitters are now 2 for 13 in this game against Orlando Hernandez. They combined 154 batting average.
The Duke is back. Yeah.
Pile him up. Padna. 0-1 count on Myers. That one skips all the way through. 1 ball, 1 strike count on the Padre catcher, Greg Myers. Ooh, great changeup. You throw the blistering heat that Orlando Hernandez does, then you come in with that pitch. You get batters falling all over themselves.
Well, that's why the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shake off a couple, man, 3 pitches.
Just missed outside. 2-2 on Myers. He's retired the side in order the last 2 innings. Tried to change up again. That missed outside though, and it's a full count, 3-2. 9 in a row have been retired by Orlando Hernandez. The Padres have not been able to find that spark to get started yet. 6 strikeouts.
Well, he's starting to wheel and deal. The funky leg kick up above the left shoulder, hides the ball, and Myers couldn't find it. How did he get the leg up that high? Here's the pitch. Here's strike 3. Strikeout number 6.
Gomez. You notice on the follow through of Hernandez how naturally he comes to that very easy stand up position. That one lined by Gomez into right center field. And Bernie Williams sliding, lost it. Gomez sees that. He'll head to third. It'll be a double and an error charge to Bernie Williams, allowing Gomez to move over to third base with the third hit of the Padres.
I think you mentioned the fact that he follows through so naturally. That's what makes him a good fielder. We're going to look at this pitch. That's one of the poorer pitches of the night, right in the middle of the plate. And Gomez hits it. Watch Bernie Williams kind of close the gap. The ball breaks off of his glove and goes all the way to the wall. Gomez watching, sees the ball, already hasn't come up with it, and heads into third base, standing up.
I apologize to the official scorer. They've called it a triple. Kelvio Veras. So a triple, no error charge to Williams. Sorry, Bernie. I didn't mean it.
Well, I think they felt that he left his feet trying to come up with it. Ball broke off his glove, and he played it into a triple.
Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kelvio Veras with the RBI chance now. He has struck out twice. Once called, once swinging. 1 for 6 in these 2 games. Runner on at third base. You got to start somewhere. You're going to try and put some runs up here. So chance for San Diego if they can get a 2-out hit from their leadoff batter.
Yeah, even just 1 run will be a small step in the right direction.
And that one is a base hit. Broken back base hit. O'Neill over to get it down to second base with a double and an RBI is Kelvio Veras. Padres are on the board, and it's a 7-1 game. Veras kind of taking a chance on that, going down to second base.
Yeah, when you're down by this many runs, but he has a type of speed. You can see a broken bat, little looper over the head of Tino Martinez, a fair ball down the line. Paul O'Neill will make a good strong throw to second base, and Veras just in ahead of the tag with the 2-base hit and the RBI.
3 postseason RBIs for Kelvio Veras. He makes the decision whether to go to second or not, because he has that play right in front of him. You saw he never even looked at his first base coach. Now Tony Gwynn with 2 down, and Gwynn, El Duque knocks it down and gets Gwynn. So the first run this postseason scored against El Duque comes on the RBI double by Kelvio Veras, putting the Padres on the board.